What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury understands that he has a task ahead of him with Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. And he knows if he beats Deontay Wilder has an option to exercise an immediate third bout. Okay, if there is no third bout, Fury would like to focus on the full division unification, which is the WBA, the WBO, the IBF, and the IBO heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua. But he's cautious that the fight with Joshua would have to take place in Las Vegas. Fury is not planning to fight in the UK in the future. Fury's last 3 fights have taken place in the United States. The Wilder rematch will be the 3rd fight in a row in Las Vegas. Tyson said this himself. He said, "No, I won't be fighting in the UK anymore, based on the fact that I've got an American boxing license and the fact that I've got an American TV contract," Fury told Gareth Davis. "So the last 3 fights on my contract will be in the United States for sure. I'd fight anybody. This is the home of the Gypsy King now, Las Vegas, and I don't want to fight anywhere else like Floyd Money Mayweather." While Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn believes that Saudi Arabia will push to get the fight, Fury's promoter Frank Warren makes it clear that the boxer will set the terms on where it happens. And this is what Frank Warren has to say. Frank Warren has to say this: "It will take place where the money is, and there will be none of this 70-30 or 60-40 rubbish. It will be 50-50 fight, and it will take place wherever Tyson wants it." But people keep forgetting that the loser of Wilder versus Fury 2 has the right for immediate rematch. Joshua has to handle his mandatories with Pulev and Usyk or vacate the belt, so the fight could not happen until next November unless someone steps aside. The 3rd Wilder and Fury fight is contracted, so it is down to the loser if they want to call it. Okay, well, this is kind of strange because, for one, I'm listening to what Frank Warren says, and I'm hearing what Tyson Fury says. Tyson Fury, this is his 3rd fight, okay? Now, if he beats Wilder, here's the thing. If he beats Wilder, Wilder's going to want that rematch. I'm pretty sure. Especially if he gets outboxed, because then Wilder has to prove it to himself once again that he can beat Tyson Fury, and then he wants something that Tyson Fury took from him, which is the WBC belt, which a lot of people felt that he should have took from him in December of 2018. Okay, so that fight will be the immediate rematch. Now, if Deontay Wilder knocks out Fury, Fury might not want to continue. Okay, so just call it what it is. But either one of these guys, they have the option to rematch clause. It just depends on who wants it after the loss. But that's one of those experimental things because they've never been there in their career. I think it's one of those things where they're going to know it and they're going to cross that bridge when they get to it. They're not going to know until it happens. Okay, so I think Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are busy with each other this year. They skipped a whole freaking year to do this 2-way rematch clause. But it was like that anyway. But I just wish they would have done this same thing last year and not waste our time for a whole nother year. That's crazy. You know, see, while they're stretching these fights apart, they're lowering the attention span, okay, of fighters and casuals and diehards, because a lot of people are like, well, man, when are we going to see the fight? When are these guys are going to fight? But, you know, if they're busy fighting each other again and again and again to see, oh, who's this and who's that, well, we will never see an undisputed fight. That's far from it, you know, and a lot of other factors, and I'm about to get into now with this. Now, Frank Warren, he knows he wants a 50-50 fight, so be it. Eddie Hearn already spewed it out of his mouth. If he didn't mean it, he shouldn't have said it. So I understand why Frank Warren wants 50-50 now, especially if Tyson can beat Deontay Wilder. So, and Frank Warren says it'll take place wherever Tyson wants it. Well, I don't see Joshua not wanting the fight, but it would be better if it was in the UK. And I'm American. I would go to see the fight if it's in Vegas, but I would go see it if it's in the UK, definitely, because they're two British fighters, right? But anyway, I don't know what this whole thing is about the rematch, because more than likely there's a lot of things that we have to deal with. But I just think this is just this is a roadblock. This is a definite roadblock, because we don't really know if Tyson Fury, he said, well, I'm never fighting in the UK anymore. I'm like, okay, well, he doesn't want to fight in the UK anymore, and then he's fighting another British champion. But I guess he would expect for his fans from the UK to come to see him fight, which is weird, because one thing about the UK, they are a huge cult. They take boxing very seriously. And one thing I can imagine that a British fan would not like is disloyalty. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I won't fight there anymore. Because I did remember Tyson saying that, I don't want to fight there because of the way they treat me, But then he'll say, well, hey, you know what? I go to people's backyard because that's what I do. But, he does have an American contract. If that Joshua fight was to happen, it could happen there. But Frank Warren, another thing that he said, it will take place where the money is. Well, if the money's in Saudi Arabia, that's where they're going to fight. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. Sure, I understand the 50-50 then, because, if you got a gang of money on the table, like the Saudis pulled that Joshua Ruiz. If you think that the Saudi Arabians, if you think these guys paid that much for Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua too, what do you think they're going to pay for an undefeated Tyson Fury versus the cash cow Anthony Joshua? What do you think they're going to pay for that? A lot of money. And something funny? Money talks and BS runs a marathon, and I'll prove it if Saudi Arabia comes with more money and that fight happens to be in Saudi Arabia once again. Why? Because it totally contradicts what Tyson wants at that point. He just said it'll be where Tyson wants it. Tyson already said, hey, I have an American contract with American license, so it has to be in America. Frank Warren contradicted that in this exact article and said it will take place where the money is. Which one is it? I mean, I really don't understand the two-way talking. Just say, hey, money rules everything around me. Cream is the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Because it's like Frank Warren has his promoter hat on. Tyson Fury has his boxer hat on. And then both of these guys are sitting there saying different shit. They're trying to say the same shit, but really you can see where one's fueled by money and the other one's fueled by whatever the hell he's fueled by at the time. So it's crazy. It's crazy, man, because, Joshua on his end, that fight won't happen this year. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I would be surprised if it does, but my best bet it won't. Because Joshua already has his 2 fights for this year. Bottom line. He's the unified heavyweight champion of the world. He got his belts back from Andy Ruiz. Ruiz temporarily kept them on ice for him. He took it back from Ruiz. But he has to defend those titles, okay? There are 3 of those titles that he must it's 2 that's up for mandatories. He has Pulev, then Usyk. He has to get by them himself. So I don't think Anthony Joshua should be worried about Tyson Fury, and vice versa for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury should be worried about Deontay Wilder beating and fighting him twice. Or fighting and beating him twice. That's what I think he should be worried about. I don't think he should be worried about Anthony Joshua with those unified belts. Don't get the Joshua tunnel vision or the Deontay Wilder only want to fight Fury tunnel vision. Don't get that. Well, you know what? You should get that, because that's who you should be focused on, because that's in front of you. That's contract that you signed, and that's what it is. So this fight, when it does happen, when the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder mess is finally over. The feud, the debate, the debacle, the reckoning of these two guys. When the rematch and the rubber match is complete, okay, then we can finally see what's going to happen with the rest of the heavyweight boxing, okay? Because it's not going to happen this year. This year is a standstill. Joshua's busy keeping what he has. These guys are playing grab ass with each other. That's what I see. So the only way that happens is one of those guys, the loser decides not to fight. That's the only way it'll happen. But other than that, they'll fight each other again, especially if it's a close fight. It's a close fight, they're going to fight again. Because if you have one, it's a split decision win, and then that means it's a split decision loss for somebody. It's close, so we got to do it again. So we shouldn't even be having this conversation, people. That's it. Tyson Fury just talking. It's speculation at the end of the day. He only wants to fight in America, whatever. He's gonna fight Deontay Wilder, his third contract and his fourth contract, and he might take an easy pick'ems at probably the very end of this year, if he beats Deontay. But if he loses, he still has to honor the contract, right? So he ended up fighting someone else anyway. That probably someone else we know, another Tom Schwartz or Otto Wallin or somebody like that. That's probably what we have to look forward to. But anyway. That's my take on it. You guys tell me what you think about Tyson Fury's statements. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.